But look at tomorrow's on, I guess you heard her today. That was nice. I had fun. But I'm here again to do what I did yesterday. I did just cleaned it up quick. I just read the news and dropped it and left. I'm gonna do that again, but we'll try to get a little more character into it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Are we ready? I already posted it. It's on my Facebook. Let's do this. I've already read it too, so that's good. This isn't like first take like I normally do. Syria. The end of the war is now in sight. The U.S. invaders are now occupying a piece of rather useless desert. Dirty open secret. The U.S. created and supports ISIS. It's one of the dirtiest of dirty open secrets. Islamic terrorism, our ally for 38 years. How Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates work with U.S. media to push for war. The United Arab Emirates man in Washington enjoys a cozy relationship with a top Beltway pundit. Blood on the tracks of the new Silk Roads. Qatar chaos sends ripples of economic anxiety across the region. Liars lying about nearly everything. United States has been using lies to go to war since 1846. Comey's lies of omission. Can a man who rubber-stamped waterboarding be trusted? Special counsel investigating Trump for obstruction of justice. The move by Robert S. Mueller to investigate Trump's conduct marks a major turning point. Full testimony. Attorney General grilled on Russian ties. Jeff Sessions testifies on Russia's ties and possible perjury. Vladimir Putin, the most powerful person in the world. There is only one remaining rationale for the existence of the United States of America. How serious was Russia's alleged probing of U.S. election system? Sanders backs Democrats' anti-Russian warmongering. Sanders lends his support to the neo-McCarthy campaign of the Democrats. Oliver Stone interviews Vladimir Putin. 5 men own almost as much as half the world's population. While we fixate on Trump, the super rich are absconding with our wealth. 300 civilians reportedly killed in coalition strikes in Syria. UN staggering civilian deaths in Raqqa offensive. UN investigator says US-led airstrikes in ISIS stronghold of Raqqa is causing a staggering loss in civilian life. Militants disparate. Militants desperate as airstrikes batter Raqqa. Daesh militants are passing themselves off as civilians to escape detection and killing anyone who tries to flee. Syrian army, Russian Air Force spoils ISIS plan to overrun Deir ez-Zor city. ISIS insurgents attempted to infiltrate 2 government-held neighborhoods of Deir ez-Zor city, resulting in ferocious firefight between the warring parties in eastern Syria. 13 ISIS militants killed in PMU's foil attack near ISIS-Syrian borders. Iraq jets killed dozens of Islamic State militants in Tal Afar. Houthi forces kill scores of Saudi soldiers near Yemen border. More than 20 Saudi soldiers were killed and wounded among the border. U.S. Senate votes to provide Saudi more allied arms to kill people in Yemen. Qatar signs $12 billion deal with U.S. F-15 jets amid Gulf crisis. Qatar funding terrorism apparently is not a problem when it comes to Qatar funding the military-industrial complex. Emirati ambassador to Trump removed the air base from Qatar. Flying cows to Qatar, one of man's way of to beat the Saudis. Call it the biggest bovine airlift in history. United Arab Emirates pays $3 billion to finance coup attempt in Turkey. 9 people killed in Saudi attack on Mogadishu hotel in Somalia. 9 of the world's 10 least peaceful nations were all targeted by U.S. intervention. Afghan, Iraq, South Sudan to be among the least peaceful countries in the world. 5 killed in Afghanistan as suicide bomber targets breakaway Taliban faction. Afghan teen deported by Sweden is killed in a week later. Trump gives Mattis power to send more troops to Afghanistan. North Korea is most urgent threat to peace, says Mattis, Mad Dog. Mattis, Russia-China challenging U.S. military dominance. The Defense Department has requested $639 billion budget next year. Senate votes to sanction Russia over alleged 2016 election meddling. Lawmakers voted 97-2 to attach the sanctions language to a bill sanctioning Iran over its ballistic missile program and sponsorship of terrorism. Putin on U.S. war. No one would survive. I think no one would survive such a conflict, Putin said, answering a question if the United States would be dominant in a hot war with Russia. Oliver Stone, Israel had more influence than Russia on the 2016 election. Oliver Stone interviews Putin on Russia relations, 2016 elections, Snowden, NATO, and nuclear arms. Facebook account appears to belong to Hodgkinson is filled with anti-Republican, anti-Trump posts, as well as expressions of support for former Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. U.S. Attorney General dodges Trump question answering Democrats. Article of impeachment against Trump. Democrat Bard Sherman circulates in articles of impeachment against Trump in a House members seeking input and support. That's the news. There's one person here at the end. Hey, what's up? If you want anything specific, say it now. Otherwise, I just read the news and I'll post it. What else is happening? If I'm reading the news, that's the world news. That's what's happening in the world. That's ugly. That's fucked up. That's the world news. But there's regular news too, right? Like local news, the vegan news. I don't know, man. There's so much. What happened today? Oh, I don't know. I was just watching Tamara. She's #1 for a while now. It's like, and then I jumped over to Oceans. And I was like, yeah, Eumonix is it, man. He is getting it down and making it, saying it how it is and how he wants. It's fun. So I was like, fuck, let's make some juice. Fuck it, that's what I've been doing. I just read the news. We could do a puppet show. You know a puppet? Are you familiar with these faces? Like, do you know who this is? How about this? This is a famous YouNower. You know who this is? Or like arch enemy. Oh my gosh, dude! If you're like really on the know, man, you know who that's a famous movie star. He's on movies.com. Shit, what the fuck is on the ground? The dog. What did the dog bring into here? What the heck? Weird. Banana. shit. Here we go. We got pineapple. Gotta cut this pineapple first, because this pineapple's going in the orange juice, actually. It's gonna be a pineapple orange juice, I guess. This pineapple, I thought it was like too ripe, but it's actually perfect. I thought it was rotten, but no, it's like the best, sweetest pineapple you'll ever have, because it's actually ripe at this point. We need compost. We need compost bowl. Red-headed princess. Oh. This apple might go in there too. But I got a mango. This mango really. Yeah, let's. You want to focus on the oranges? A lot of oranges. I'm gonna cut like 20 of these oranges. Use them now or for never. They're gone. So much. More than I need. That's the problem I think I have. The problem I have is there's more calories than I need. There's more than I need. Shit. I can try to sell it, but I don't think anyone wants to buy like old oranges. Like these are foraged oranges. It's the best oranges you've ever had because they're tree foraged oranges. So like, it's like candy. It's the sweetest thing you've ever had. I don't know if you ever had tree foraged oranges, but ain't no store orange juice. Ain't no sourness to them at all. Try to get responsible. Pick off the stickers. Look how I do mangoes. I cut them in a circle. With my fingernail, I put it in there. See it? Stick it in there. Then I ride it around the whole thing. And then the whole skin peels off. Actually, it's so easy. Do the same thing the other side. Dinner? I don't know. I don't have such thing as dinner. In Europe, we don't have, like, I'm a Belgian citizen. And like, I'm not in Belgium now, but they call dinner, what they call dinner is called lunch or something. They don't have a breakfast. And they call supper. Oh my gosh, this mango, epic. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go mango nuts. But I'm gonna make. What am I doing here? I got pineapple, I got oranges, I got an apple. I'm just gonna put some fresh together. All I eat is fresh food. Man, what time is it here? I think it's like 8 in the morning or something. It's 9. It's time to cut these oranges, is what time it is. But some of them might be too. If it's rotten, I'm not gonna eat it. You always gotta check for rottenness. Yeah, you don't know unless you try. Generally, it's pretty good. It's not like really rotten. Yeah, it's just super sweet. You know, it's super ripe. When something's ripe, ripe is ripe. I mean, get my compost pile in order here. Jeez. Look at this old lettuce. The blender, that's how I did it. Get my ghetto ass blender. Ghetto ass blender and put shit in there. The pineapple in there. The pineapple. The mango. Pineapple. I got grapes too, man. We got grapes. We got all kinds of options. It's wild. This is like how they do it on the beach in Mexico. They just mix all the fruit together, just like it's all of it. You know, it's like poorly combined and it tastes great. You know. Yeah, I got grapes. I got pears too. I don't know, man. Cucumbers? No. I got a pineapple. I got a watermelon. I did watermelon yesterday. I'll have watermelon tomorrow. A few of these grapes. Hungry. Some grapes. Alright, great. Good, they're delicious. Oh, cold too. Maybe more lemon. These are all the jack. These These are all the jacked up oranges because they're all small. Like no one wanted to pick these oranges off the tree until the very end, and I'm the one who picked them all. Nobody wanted to pick these trees. These trees are like untended trees. It's like a whole orchard of trees, and they're just right next to, they're like 100 feet from Walmart. It's just right behind Walmart, behind the post office. So badass. And there's like, he's got pomegranates. He's got so many pomegranate trees when it comes pomegranate season. Dude, we're going to be loaded with pomegranates. Maybe pomegranates all summer, huh? Let's check on the pomegranate trees here in a second. We go outside. It's part of the show. Yeah, dude, I got tons of pomegranates. Oh, shit. Fuck that orange. Here. Before we juice these oranges, I got like 2 more to cut. And we'll juice them. Juicing's going to get loud. Let's see here. That's good? I guess. We're going to go outside first. This dog. Look at the dog. What are you up to? What are you up to? Tell us something. Nothing. Got nothing. This dog's got nothing. Let's turn the lights on. We're outside. The daylight's daylight. We don't need lights, right? Fuck yeah. Barefoot, it's fine. Shit, I got a hammock. That's cool, right? Damn, it's dusty as fuck. They're just small. Yeah, here they are. Here's pomegranates. You see? Pomegranates, they're still growing. They're probably not going to be ready until like the end of summer. There's blackberries too. Maybe there's blackberries. I got lots of blackberry bushes here. They're growing wild on their own now. Blackberries? Don't look like it. Oh shit, we gotta fix the irrigation canal system. Shit. This is ghetto. It's good. It's good. Clean this bus out. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Take all the fucking engine parts out of there. Just a mess. Yeah, let's see. We got a juicer now. Let's do it. saying? If we watched the beginning of this broadcast, I read that it's like a mess, man. What's happening, if I remember? It's like they're trying to go to war with Turkey. It's like they're selling F-15s to Qatar. They don't care that they're funding terrorism. They'll still sell them jets. Juice. We're not making just any juice. We're making a pina colada smoothie or something. Pina colada smoothie. It's gonna have in it all kinds of stuff. Seeds, hopefully. Okay. Here we got a mango in there. We got pineapple in there. How does it taste? Oh, this orange juice is amazing. Put all the orange juice in there, yep. All of it. I'm gonna put wash some grapes. Dude, we can make some grape juice, man. This grape juice on the time. Careful here, because I don't want no stems. Just individually picking. That freaking YouNow fucking notification sound is so annoying. Oh my gosh. I want that off. I don't want to hear that again. I don't even care. Don't bug you more than any other app sound I've ever had. Fuck. Grapes I'm gonna put in here. Whatever. They're all cold too. This will make it really nice. Chill it. With his wife, you see how Melania's into like raw veganism and she cares about, it's not about pulling Trump into line. It's about how do you get the mindset of the people like that shooter guy who thinks like this, he's so angry and he's so militarized. Like there's anybody could get militarized, whatever they get over fucking jealous about. You know what I mean? Like whatever angle it is. How you convince people to stop bothering, stop trying to like worry about what other people are doing. You know what I mean? Like care about yourself. You know what I mean? Unless someone asks you to do it for them, don't do it for them. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens. All these people like think they know what other people are feeling. They're like, oh, they're even telling you what you're feeling, and you're like, no, like, I'll let you listen first. Like, like be able to tell you be able to tell people how you're feeling and like hear back from them knowing they heard you. You know, that's what it takes. That's like a practice that people like are doing. Even today, man, that's what happened. I got cooed. Someone ran a coup on me on a Facebook group. That's like 20,000 followers, and I've been like a member of it since like 2010 and shit. And I've been like the admin of it for the majority of the time. With other people, you know, you work with other people, you're all admins, right? But shit, we're back in my computer station. Shit, we have music available to us. Nice. Oh, we were just reading the news earlier, right? We just made a really good smoothie. Oh, it's aluminum. It's not just chemtrails. It's anything with acids. Free acids. You could be cooked food, it could be poisons, anything with free acids, man. If it's not whole, fresh, and ripe, like you see all this celery I got here, and like freaking this lettuce I got here, like I got iceberg, great. I got freaking this fresh juice that I just made with pineapples. I had kiwi, was pretty good in here too, man, but I didn't think of it. But I mix more in here, you know. There's more time later, you know. There's just so much. It's wonderful. I didn't go shopping yesterday, though. I meant to go shopping yesterday, but I had enough. So, there's too much drama going on. Oh, shit. Autoplay. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. It's any acid. It's like aluminums, mercuries, irons. Like they have it. A fuel company. All the fuel companies. It's in all the fuel anyway. That's what they do. They put it in the fuel, and then it all just burns in the air everywhere. And that's automatically going to be everywhere because the fuel's getting burned. It's burning out. But it's all about the only way to lock it up is with these frickin' fresh foods. Because what happens with the alkaloids from plants? They link to those free acids and they pull them out. That's why it reverses cancer. You know, that's why people who eat fruit just all of a sudden, it's not reversing cancer. It's what it is your body that's doing it for itself. You're always beating cancer, but the food is the nutrients. You don't think of food as doing anything. The food is the fuel. The food is the base. It's like what your body uses to do what it's doing. It's their body doing it, but this is the thing. The only thing it can use is living things. If you put anything in your body that's been heated, it's going to destroy, because it's going to stick in your body and cause mucus. It's going to cause the acid forming. You only want alkaline forming. Alkaline forming means it's whole, fresh, and ripe. Like it's alkaline forming is the opposite of acid forming, and we're meant to only eat alkaline forming foods. If we were in nature, what we'd be doing would be under a tree. We'd be like, oh, eat until we're full. Happy. It's just simple, you know? And move on when the tree's empty, you know, next tree. This song's fucking bad. Mangoes. I'd rather just eat the mangoes, really, you know, but yeah, I put a mango in there. It's good. Yeah, it's the way people ate for millions of years, man. That's all we've ever done. It's so simple. It's all about simplicity. It's called Essene. It's the Egyptians that taught it to Pythagoras. So the Egyptians told Pythagoras what it was meant. The Egyptian goddesses, they would rather die than eat meat or cooked food. You know, it's like that's been written. It's been written by the Greeks. The Greeks wrote down all about that. That's where Pythagoras learned. He didn't eat any beans, you know? No beans. I have a video I'm going to watch right now that says why I didn't eat beans. You want to watch, like, this is my friend Gaitis. He's amazing. You'll learn a lot, man. This is is what's up. This is what's up right here. This is really like, oh my gosh. I never heard this, so it's new to me. Drama questions? There it is. It's the first video. Here it is. It's the last video you just made.
Hey gang, how's it going? It's June 15th. Got another episode of Vegan Talks for you. Haven't done any in the past couple days. The vlogs, the high intensity training,
better, right?
And getting enough rest. Hey Jay.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Alright, we're back on. Just calling Jay. Jay's gonna hook me up with 2 new editing softwares, Final Cut and Premiere. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm pretty stoked about that.
You just told us.
Then I'll have some legit editing softwares to edit my vlogs with. But anyway, we're gonna do a video. My energy, you can tell my energy is pretty low. Been training super hard.
He's been killing it, dude. He's been going 450 kilometers a day.
I did a time trial up Doi Step, time trial up Mount Chan,
7,000 elevation, 11,000 elevation.
About close to 3 hours of full gas effort.
Wow.
In the past
3 hours full gas.
So I'm really pushing it.
That's pushing as hard as you can for 3 hours straight.
I really enjoyed going full gas lately. It's been feeling
That's
really
more
good.
than just dancing for 4
but
hours
anyway,
at night.
I'm going to make a video right now. I'm going to answer a question that relates to protein. As you guys know, I've written posts on Instagram. You can see what I eat. I eat very little. Well, I don't know if I eat very little protein. I mean, I eat a lot of calories. I eat about 4,000 calories a day, approximately, more or less sometimes. And but I avoid high protein foods like beans, lentils, quinoa, nuts, seeds. I avoid those foods. I try to avoid protein. But here's a question. We'll answer them one by one. She's got 4. Do you ever eat foods with more protein like...
That's not the way I see it. I see any fruit as having the best protein in it because the fruit's got the amino acids and chains of enzymes. Enzymes are chains of amino acid. They don't have to get built into hardcore proteins that take a lot of energy to break down by the stomach acid. It's in the fruit. It's ready to drop into your cells and build with immediately. The original bodybuilders were eating fruit and eating this, and you just get ripped. You know, I don't do anything. I can get ripped in a second, you know? So it's just like I always have a six-pack. I always can do like 11, 12 handstand push-ups, you know? It's like 19 pull-ups, no problem. I've always been able to do that.
Beans. I do, yes. Times like these, when I'm in Chiang Mai, I'm out going to restaurants and stuff, I don't mind eating some beans, right? I'll try to order stuff that is low in protein, low in fat, but I let myself eat these foods, or sometimes I choose to eat them because I'm so in a calorie deficit. But right now I'm training like a madman. I'm training 50% more than usual.
Yeah, he's kicking ass.
Usually around home I average around 200 miles.
He's kicking ass so hard.
I'm doing 300, 350 miles a week here. And I'm ravenous most of the time. I get hungry quite often. So eating these high protein foods and eating these high fat foods are actually filling me up, and I
he's
feel
eating
like
some cooked
that's
foods. This is
the time
Gaitis.
when it's
Gaitis does a lot of.
necessary
He's
for me to
doing
eat
really, really
them.
clean
But generally at
food,
home,
vegan.
I'm eating very low protein, very low fat.
He's on an island of Hawaii,
I'm
though,
eating
so
any
he has
beans, no
infinite available
lentils, no
delicious
nuts,
to him,
seeds,
you know?
avocados, coconut. I don't eat any of that.
You're
And I've
eating
written
coconut?
that on a post on
Wow.
Instagram and talked about it.
Wow.
And I do that because
What's he eating? Papaya
I have
mostly?
this idea in my head
I would
that
eat only
eating more
papaya.
protein would put
No,
on more mass. Okay, next question.
Let me explain this correctly. Like, no person, let me say, I don't want to use absolutes. I say no person can call themselves a vegan, I say. It's not something you exist as. It's something that you do. And that doing is reducing harm. So just like, Vega might say, Cheetah might say the umbrella or whatever, because it's like, you might not always be doing all vegan things, but you're actively in your life making choices on purpose because they're vegan choices, but you still have your old, life, whatever you used to have, you still have some shoes, or, whatever the heck it is, your car's made of, your couch or whatever, I don't know. But it's like it's an action, I say. It's like stopping the circus. Like I stopped the circus. I did in 1999. I did Earth First. We would go on hunt sabotages. We'd go out and breaking traps and making noise and sabotaging hunters. But then we also did other stuff back then too. It was like Earth First. We like had a lot of animal protests for like animal testing labs. We went to labs and had a lot of protests. I've done a lot of every direct action that's ever happened. You've heard of direct action. Every time there's an action, I've been part of that. We go into stores and we disrupt them, and we lead a speech, and we have it's all organized. It's coordinated in thousands of cities around the world at the same time. But we're owed to open rescues, the new thing now. So we're acknowledging and we're recognizing where the animals are kept and where they are and who they are, because the whole purpose is to give them rights. We're gonna ensure the freedom for these animals, and their lives are like ended. They get to live their life out without being commodified and used. That's what's gonna happen. We're getting the Animal Rights Act. Whatever. It's not like I'm just working with everybody, but it's not me directly doing it. I can't say that. But here it is, the last of the smoothie. I feel pretty full, you know what I mean? I don't, but I'm gonna drink it. Oh, what's up, Lawrence Roberts? I'm the only person here. There's like 2 people here. I read the news. We watched some Gaitis. We can keep watching Gaitis. Gaitis is fun, man. He's really making a lot of like points about what he's eating, how he's eating vegetarian without beans. He's making a good point too, because it's really important to keep your protein as an athlete. Nice, I got my celery. No. We got the Durian Rider. Dude, how is he doing right now? Let's go to his channel. Let's go prowl on Durian Rider for a second. That's where the drama started, right? He's the one who started the drama. He started the whole thing trying to make it popular, make it big by being dramatic in the first place. So that's what it's about, right? He's who we copied, in the first place. He said download everything of mine and re-upload. I used to upload all kinds of his stuff. So, but then when he started eating the 3 pizzas, I didn't follow. And then he deleted me eventually from 30 Bad, and he sued my Scribio. 7 hours ago. Is she too young for me? Oh, he's talking about girls.
You want great things for your family.
I don't know why I'm...
Great ingredients at low prices you'll love.
Wow, he's
with quality brands for fries made to make your day. It's easy to make every meal
he's
the greatest.
Forcing us non-skippable ads. Non-skippable ads? That's sick. He's doing non-skippable ads.
Yeah. He's very well watched.
Yeah.
It's like a 30.
It is a bit expensive, I think.
Yeah.
Start the cake with a can of soda.
They say he's being. If you look at his social blade, it tells you kind of his statistics and how many subscribers and whatever. They say his the person who owns his channel, it's not AdSense from Google AdSense. It's another advertiser who's making the money. So it's a different company. They say it's like off of soda stuff. All kinds of like spots. He's sold out.
Today on the Mon Cham loop. Beautiful loop here in northern Thailand. Quite steep, and we'll do a very quiet roads, very smooth roads.
not bad. No vlog. No, that didn't happen that way. Not at all. What happened was my channels got taken down. I had 8 different YouTube channels, and they all got deleted. I've never been able to monetize except back in November for like 1 month maybe, for a little bit. And then for the last 2 months. It's the only times I've had. But I had 4 channels, and I lost 2 of them. Someone made like a complaint against my channel with a flag or something like that, I guess. That was a severe community guidelines violation that they believed on like spamming and commercial deception and commercial deception, spam, and scam. That's what they call me. I guess I qualify as a scammer because I guess I download stuff and remix it. I guess they say, oh yeah, that's scamming, huh? So anything I do could get shut down. That kind of sucks. I do some cool stuff. I've done like 6,000 videos. I lost 6,000. That was 9 years worth of work. I used to I'm the guy who's always in front row with like my camera filming at every show, like whole songs of artists and stuff. I had so much good stuff on my channel. It was amazing what I had. It's kind of sad. I have my backups, and I can rebuild stuff, but I'll never have that live stuff that I uploaded right off the camera, you know, and like and built on the editor and stuff on YouTube. That was some good shit, man. I've done so much. Whatever. I wish I could get it back. I appealed and everything, and they denied my appeal. I don't know what to do. It was called Jonas Sunshine was the channel. But I have a Sunshine Bright now, and that's what I'm at, because it's the YouTube account. You know, when YouTube bought Google, or Google bought YouTube, and they said, do you want to merge them? And I said no, and then I had it deleted. I've had my channel deleted twice for copyright restrictions, and I've countersued, and got my channel back from the dark, from 3 strike takedowns twice. I got my channel back. I'm so lucky to even have had that channel, you know? And I was like, whoa, I was surreal that I even had it to myself, you know? Like, what dumb am I not to have to download every video and, you know, even just bought a hard drive just to keep it all, you know? Like, what? Because I've had an app that you can download it all off the YouTube or whatever, you know, it's a little program to help you download shit. I've done it before once. So, you know, I had at one point a backup when I did backup like that, because I had to do this before, right? Because like I said, I lost my channel before, so I already know the score. I've already built, you know, started new channels and, you know, started over and rebuilt and tried to put my good stuff together, and, you know. So I had this channel called Black Sphinx, and then I had another channel called Phoenix Dates. And, you know, then the Jonas Sunshine channel was automatically with it, because I realized first I had that. I was like, oh, my email's a YouTube account too, but I just never used it. It's not YouTube. It's like an anonymous person, because you don't know who to sue because they're not telling you. It's like an automated system that Google has set up where people can complain on people. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. People can create such negativity on each other, and there's no fault and no blame. I mean, there is, because the person really did it. But with an automated system that was created to allow them to do it, it's no accountability for anybody. Isn't that sick? It's really sick that people are treat each other like that, you know, and it's an automated thing built into the system to stop frickin' the over abuse of stuff, you know what I mean, so that no child porn could ever go on, because someone would always turn it in, you know, so it would never go beyond, and no one would ever have to even look at it, you know. It's automated, because it's complaint-based. You live in a complaint-based system. You'd be lucky enough to not find anyone to complain about you. That's the only way you can keep existing, you know what I mean? That's kind of a fucked up idea, huh? You gotta be like always the nice guy who's nice to everybody, or you're just like Trisha Paytas, or someone who's just really angry and stupid, and everybody thinks it's funny, and they're just mean, you know, but it's not, because it's funny. That's not me, man. I'm serious. I'm not like that, you know. I get way too serious, and people are like, no, that's not allowed, because you're overthrowing the whole society. You're saying think different, act different, and the companies who own everything don't want that to happen, because their advertisers don't get money. That's what they call me, not advertiser friendly. Because I'm telling people how to set up AdBlock Plus and uBlock and stuff like that, so they never have to see another ad again, you know. And that's where everybody makes their money, right? And I don't even care, you know. Like, I'm so anti-ads. It's the whole reason I fucking pirated and downloaded in the first place, so I didn't have to pay taxes. I didn't have to pay ads. I didn't have to. Fuck all that shit. I didn't mind. I've been Juarez since '95. You know what I mean? I've been doing Picasa, BitTorrent. I've been doing Napster. At 99, I was doing Napster. You You know, I'm still, oh shit, you know, I'm still doing fucking SoulSeek. Have you ever used SoulSeek, man? If you don't use SoulSeek, load it up, man, because it's fucking, it's the one-on-one. It's not multi, you know, remember where there was peer-to-peer, where it's one person, and you're just sharing files? But it's like, and then there was like multi-distributed peer-to-peer, where it was like, there would be like 6 people had the same file, and you're downloading little pieces from each one of them. But this is not like that. This is the one that's just like, one guy's got his own stuff. You can download his list, look at his list, see what he's got. You can chat to people in different rooms. You know, it's slsknet.org, slsknet.org. So slsknet.org. And this is downloaded. This is it right here, right? You know, you see there's flags. Everybody's from a different country. So there's all these people on the list. This is the list. This is the room Nicotine, for instance. Nicotine's a cool room because that's all Linux users, you know? If you go to Nicotine, it's a Linux version of SoulSeek. So Nicotine is, yeah, well, not the .net. You don't need a dot in there, just the one word, slsknet. And it's got hip-hop room, you know, different type of musics. And then there's like a lobby room or something like that. But the main room is called Indie, I-N-D-I-E. That's where everybody's hanging out. Is it called Indie? So I go to Indie, and everybody's just talking shit in here, you know? Just, it's like old school IRC. Have you ever used IRC, where there was like old chat rooms and stuff like that? I'm sure IRC is still around, but... Or like, have you ever used ICQ or MSN? Or remember the multi-messengers and you had all the messages? Someone just sent me a friend request. And a girl named Jenna. What? That's scary. All these people send you friend requests, man. And you don't know who they are. And they only have one common friend, and you're like, shit, I don't trust it, man. If you're not sending me a message, if you only have one common friend, at least send me a message first, you know? Tell me something, you know? Anything. Even just... only have one common friend, and you're like 3 pictures, and you're like the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Like, what? I don't believe it. You know, that's not real. It's like, what the fuck is that? Then you can right-click on people's names and talk. You know, people are just talking shit. Mama, I'm a free horse, Gumby. And I found some cool people with some cool music in here too, man. I found musical artists because it's a platform for musicians to like come and share their own stuff. You know, like, I found some cool people, man. Strange to think that it's like over 18 years ago, right? 18 years ago that this was going on, and it's still going on. So, whatever. That's weird. Really? Hip hop's 40 years old. Oh, you? And this is like all cool videos and stuff. I could like show you the videos I made. I don't know. This isn't like a good way to show the videos because I'm not using the app. Have I? Not really. Not really. You know what I do though? I did sell my dates last year. Last year on the internet, I have these dates. I climb up the tree. So there's all these coolers full of all these boxes are full of frozen dates. And like I climbed up the tree and I picked them off the tree, right? See what dates are, right? But yeah, dates. Dates are really sweet and they grow on those trees, and there's palm trees everywhere. So you climb up the trees and you pick off the dates and then you sell them, and people have been buying them, and I sold them for the last 2 years, man. This will be the 3rd year that I pick dates, you know? The 3rd year, it's worth it, man, picking the dates. I'm the date man. I used to be a computer tech, like I'd hack and I'd have good money. Like, I don't know, it's like a little bag is worth $5. Just a little bag, right? Like a little, I put them in a paper bag, and I go to the farmer's market, and people buy them. You know, people buy the dates. Like, they're good. Look, see, they're delicious. So good. It's the first food known to men. They're super good. They got lots of energy. You know, you eat dates. I grew up on dates. I'm a raw food kid. I only ate vegetarian my whole life, and I've never had meat. And so I had figs. I had dates. I had greens, whatever, you know, citrus. It's delicious. But they're everywhere, so I'm so glad I climbed through. I found neighborhoods full of dates, like special things. They're called Black Sphinx. I ran out of them already. I don't have any more, but next year. I feel like, who's messaging me? Where the hell are they messaging me? Is that Instagram shit? Is that Twitter shit? Who the fuck? Is that my phone? It is. Oh. He said, if it were up to me, I'd add you back. I will see what I can do. Okay, someone blocked me from this group the other day, and this guy's an admin too. I'm so silly, man. You know how you fight with people on the internet? Everybody's fighting over just fucking... People either being the stupidest fighting, or they're being like the funnest fighting. Hey, you can search for it. You'll find all kinds of stuff on there. You'll find the wildest things, man. Soulseek. Takes you to the generation of 40-year-olds. You'd be like, I can hang out with the 40-year-old peer-to-peer people from the frickin' 90s. I don't know. I'm over 40. That's for sure. But yeah, let's play the 40-year hip-hop thing. That's what I was going to do. I was just like, this guy is fun to listen to. But
Question: how do you feel about protein? Generally, how do I feel about protein? I feel like protein is an essential part of our diets.
Look at this. Some lady had this soup, and I don't eat any salt on purpose because salt is horribly poisonous. Like, salt is really bad. I mean, you need sodium, but don't get it from sodium chloride. Get it from sodium from a plant, that's a living cell. If it doesn't come from a living cell, it's not good. But I was saying, like, she's like, I ate salt to get minerals, and this is all the minerals, right? These are the minerals. Like, what are they? Calcium, copper, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, psyllium, sodium, and zinc. Those are all the names. Look, you're getting more than 50% of the minerals, all of the minerals, from just like 3 cucumbers and an avocado and some celery. You know what I mean? That's like a lot of minerals. You do not need salt for minerals, and those are the minerals your body can use. Your body cannot use minerals from rock salt. That's actually going to poison your body, cause you to hold extra water and be inflamed and painful. And it's just going to hurt you, man. Your body's going to work extra hard to get that salt out, and it can't. It's going to get stuck in you. I put like 10, 20 videos against salt on the internet like 3 days ago. I got so many videos against salt on my YouTube channel I just uploaded. They're so good. Killer. I put some really strong videos. If you've never seen my videos, let me give you an example. I have robots that speak for me. I don't have to even do the talking. I just feed the robot and it tells it all. And it's funny. It works. It's super easy too. I mean, I was practicing reading from this book the other day, and I'll do it again right now. I have a chapter to read that I lost, and I like to like end the broadcast and start a new broadcast with just me reading that chapter. But it's a lot of information on that people are trying to do right now, which is dry fasting, which means not eating food or water. And my friend just dry fasted for 7 days. No eating, no drinking for 7 days. And it gets this thing called the dark water out of you. And it's anti-aging, so you don't age. It's like it reverses the stem cells. New stem cells are generated in your body. Because you give it no water, it dehydrates, so things compete for the water that does exist. And everything gets starved out, and it dies off because it can't exist without that water. Just your most primal stem cells come out to save your life and rejuvenate. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't drink water. I only eat fruit, right? I eat fruit. I mean, if I was thirsty and I had no fruit, I guess I would take a sip of water, but I'm not trying to do that. If I'm thirsty, I really hope I have a piece of fruit, because I would just, look at all that. I just drank that whole I put like 20 different fruits together in that blender and blended up. That was all liquid, but it wasn't, because it was full of fiber, and, there's stuff in there. It was all pulp. That pulp gives you the great digestion, but that's what feeds your colon bacteria and makes you immune system. That's why you'll never get sick, because there's a bacteria colony that lives on and in our body, and as long as they're happy, we're happy. You know what I mean? The bacteria are our friends. Like, I've never taken antibiotics. I haven't used soap in 7 years. Like, look, I haven't put soap in my hair for 7 years. My hair is totally fine. I didn't use shampoo ever. 7 years, nothing. I'm not having a problem whatsoever. My hair is not greasy. It's freaking awesome. I'm really happy. I cut it like yesterday, like an inch. But yeah, no. So I don't drink water. No, it's all a lie about that drinking water. You know why people drink water? It's because they ate cooked food. I don't eat cooked food. If you didn't eat cooked food, if you ate cooked food, you're gonna dehydrate yourself. But if you didn't eat cooked food, yeah, right. If you drink water, you'll dilute yourself. And what do you do when you dilute? It makes it so it's harder to get those minerals that I got from this celery right here. This celery is water too, right? 90% water, right? So it's like this iceberg lettuce. There's a lot of water in iceberg lettuce. There's a lot of protein in iceberg. 50% protein in iceberg lettuce. There's like the fats in iceberg lettuce are really high too. Omega 3 to 6 ratio is super perfect. Iceberg lettuce. Dude, we worked hard to make iceberg. It's like no joke. Butter crunch lettuce. You got butter crunch lettuce. Oh, that's delicious. Some romaine. Anything that's sweet. Any lettuce that's not bitter. Don't eat anything bitter. Nothing bitter, man. Only sweet and sour. Don't eat too sour either, man. The stuff that's sour, like grapefruits, if it gets ripe, it's actually sweet. You ever had a grapefruit that's ripe off the tree? It's delicious. A little bit different, but oh yeah, music video. I put this song up yesterday too, man. I put up a lot of music, old school underground hip hop. Man, I got some of the best music on the internet. Like nobody's got music collections like me. I'm telling you, like nobody's got collections. Like, even though they've taken my stuff down, I still have a lot of stuff up. Let's play one song. No. I used to try to drink alcohol when I was like 16 a little bit. I tried drinking. I always got sick. And I would get deadly sick and throw up. I couldn't do it, so I never drank because I couldn't drink. It turned out my kidney was disconnected. I didn't know it.
Hold on tight, show 'em how to do this right. Travel through the darkness when you got the light. Shut your head like talks and let's ride tonight. Travel through the darkness, show us from the sight. Hold on tight, show 'em how to do this right. Travel through the darkness when you got the light. Shut your head like talks and let's ride tonight. I escape through twisted patterns in my fate and relocate to a faraway place. Sometimes I get caught up in mental obstacles. I'm illogical, it's illogical. The industry is comical, we bombing you. Understand the fire we walking through. I'm walking right.
This is old school, man. 1998. 1998, man. That's like my year. I was in high school. Like I was just out of high school, community college. I was going to community college. 98. I just started university.
3,000 light years, we will still underwear.
That's underground hip hop for sure.
It's nothing, I'm used to it. Don't forget.
Underground, like whoa, like nobody knows it. Third degree. Who knows third degree? I do. I grew up in it. I grew up in like West Philly. West Philly, Santa Fe.
I travel through the darkness, sparking up the heartless.
Santa Fe, man. Santa Fe is different, man. Santa Fe, what do you know about Santa Fe?
The Black Star got them producers slash artists. Outside the rain, terrible like Terry Norris. Ain't nothing changed, yet we still on that regardless. Regardless, we gon' be known as survivors. And they ain't ours, I got the word to give describers. We outsiders,
Ain't no words from A and R that can describe us. Ain't
no
no words from A and R that can describe us. We are survivors.
6 cent silver bullet can't even drop me. I'm
Silver
untouchable.
bullet can't even drop me. I'm untouchable.
Like
You know what the king is? Off the books. Like intoxicated demons. Catch me if you can.
Oh, sick, right? What the hell? And it's just starting, Oh, the Bitcoin rap, I bet that's pretty tight. Bitcoin changed the world, man. Bitcoin's got the world on lock. Nobody's getting away. We're all gonna get rich, man. It's gonna thrive. It's abundant. This is like a fruit tree. It just keeps giving you more and more and more. It just grows every year. There's always more fruit. It never runs out.
I'm backed up, and now I'm very swollen. Y'all might know me. I changed the wild pitch on the stages behind the masters of ceremonies. And my controllers, the payments in the 7 digits become a menace.
Oh man, you see my breakdance video?
On the
It's sick.
action.
I'm trying to get better at breakdancing. Look, I do every day. I do headstands. I got a broken hand at one time. I broke my wrist, or whatever, but so I can't bend my hand backwards with my fingers open. I have to like bend my hand like that. But I still do it. It's like it's just about doing headstands every day.
Darkness when you got the light, shut your headlights off and let's ride tonight. Travel through the darkness, you lose us in your sight. Hold on tight, show them how to do this right. Travel through the darkness when you got the light, shut your headlights off and let's ride tonight.
Travel through the darkness.
Hold up, sitting in the lab,
Every night, all day. Sitting in the lab.
Huh? Or the grade
33. Yeah.
When my nigga attack, you know what I'm saying? Travel through the darkness, just in sight. Hold on tight, show them how to do this right. Travel through the darkness when you got the light. Shut the headlights off and let's ride. Travel through the darkness, just in sight. Hold on tight, show them how to do this right. Travel through the darkness when you got the light. Shut your headlights off and let's ride. Show them how to patterns on my feet. To a faraway place. Sometimes I get caught up in mental obstacles. I'm illogical, it's illogical. The industry is comical, we bombing you. The industry is fire, we walking through. I'm walking right through the fire with no H2. Oh, by the way, we already hot. You see the name, your degree, yo, it means a lot. Yo, everything you got, we already had. You see, we 3,000 life while you living in the past. 3,000 life.
I got some really fucking drama comedy, man. I'm gonna drop some really nasty shit. It's gonna, people aren't gonna like it, so I'm gonna wait to do it for a minute. I'm not gonna do it right now, but eventually I'm gonna put it out. I'm not gonna not put it out. It's funny. Like, a lot of people don't like what I do. I like it, you know. I think it's funny. I capture people's embarrassing moments, and I'm gonna share them, you know. Who cares? It's my right.
I travel through the darkness, sparking up the heartless. This shit's for the ground and lashing out the forces. We both about to hit targets. Back there, the Black Star, about to produce and slash artists. Outside the brain, terrible like terror.
Look at this, I'm putting together. Have you seen this guy? This is the strongest warrior of America right here. This is America. He just died today. He died today. His name is Joe. America's oldest warrior. America's oldest warrior, huh? Died today. Carrying my torch that I got from the sun. Carrying my torch that I got from the sun. Listen to me.
I'm hidden like the owl in your dead money. Funny how half of y'all didn't see it, or
half of y'all didn't see it.
This unnoticed.
What's going on in YouNow? I'm not like prowling YouNow. You gotta
with your simplicity, listen me. Really, I elude the negativity with effortless consistency.
See what I mean? Like, oops. It's like Flash. Yeah, Rip Joe, no doubt. I'm encoding 12%. But he's a Native American Indian, and he fought in all these wars, and it's sick. This is a sick video. It's got 22 million views. I figure I'm going to download it and re-upload it. I download it from Facebook. I'm going to re-upload it, high definition, and I'm going to upload it in high definition and filter it and make it nicer. Like I uploaded up the audio and everything. I fixed the audio up a bit, and then I re-upload it. That's how you get popular. You got to make things viral. And I only have a couple things that are viral. So that's the only way I've ever been able to make any money on YouTube, is to download something that people are fighting about, and then they keep fighting about it. So it's not about watching the video, it's about people coming and fighting each other in the comments. So the more you can get people to fight, that's how you get videos to be successful. It's kind of sad. It's a sad reality. And it's the way it is, I guess. But it's my friend Jim Ego, man. He's Jim Ego. This guy does natural hygiene too. which means like fruit and vegetables, whole fresh ripe food, sunshine, air, water, sleep, and happiness. It's like be happy. Being happy is like one of the 5 things to do. Getting good sleep. I get good sleep, but I probably could use more right now. But sunshine on your whole body, like every cell of your body needs like vitamin D to be like to clean. Sun's part of cleaning everything and rejuvenating. And air, clean air, like fresh air. Don't like stuffy air. Don't let it be all moldy or whatever, right? It's humid and stuffy. And water, clean water. So water is all you need to like clean things. Definitely, water is really important. People are like, oh, you don't wash. I'm like, what are you talking about? Water is one of the main things. Don't you get? What do you mean don't wash? You need water. Wash the water anytime you want to wash. Someone named Aura Licht may be in touch with his parents. Ah, I have to find someone else. Jeez. I have to find someone. This guy died. My friend Mateus, he went to South Africa. He went to Africa and Uganda, and he was planting all these forests. He was re-cleaning the jungle and introducing new fruit trees, planting fruit trees all over in the jungle in South America and Africa, and he got bit by a mosquito and died. That's gotta suck, huh? One mosquito can kill you. I know, right? Some guy from Africa contacted me, and he wants me to give me his parents' information. I don't even know his parents. I don't even know him. I've only chatted with him on the internet. So I've talked to him about all kinds of cool stuff, but I never actually met him in person. My friends have. My friends in South America, they have this thing called Terra Frutis, where people have gone down there, and they've redoing the whole jungle into like fruit trees, and it's awesome. They're going to be the first durians, the first all kinds of stuff. Ecuador, man. Ecuador is the place to be. Man. This is so sketched out. I don't even know. What was I doing last? This song is great and all, but I can just play music over here too. I got music everywhere, right? That's just an old song. I already read the broadcast on. I have nothing more to do. I read the news. The news was ugly today, man. The news was super ugly. But I read it, man. I'm going to do that every day. I'll read the news. It's not pretty. But here's Putin. This is what I want to do now. Putin interviewed by what's this guy's name? Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone's Putin interview. Do you guys want to watch Oliver Stone interview Putin? Putin is like really a smart ass. He's like knows all this shit about don't make terrorists to fight us if you don't want terrorists to come and kill your people. And you're like, oh yeah. You're like, fuck. Told us. He stopped all this war. Like he was like, we have stopped the war in Ukraine. We go to Syria. We stopped the war from the terrorists you make. That'd be cool if Putin knew English. He'd be a funny guy. He doesn't even want to learn English. Russia's got their whole civilization. They got their own society. They don't need any. The video's unavailable. See, part 2 is unavailable. That sucks. You know what I mean? We gotta go here. We gotta find this before it's stolen. They don't want this on the internet. Part 2's already gone, right? So where am I gonna find part 2 of the Putin interview? I gotta download this before it's no longer available. This is popular stuff. Look, it's already got 32,000 views. What? Dude, you know what I mean? This is important video. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Oliver Stone or nothing, and I know he's trying to be controversial and make money. And like, you know, he's on the edge. He's what Cheetah would call a left-wing, liberal, communist, social media degenerate. He's eroding society and civil culture. You know how like Alina will be like, Cheetah, he's a right-wing. The only thing I can get him to listen to is gospel. She said that. Do you want to see the moments I haven't published yet? I got a bunch of moments to make a funny-ass video about them sleeping and all this stuff. Oh, I got to capture a few more moments to put part of the video. But
I do respect him. Why? Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. Why do you think our country's so innocent?
Okay.
How are you?
See, it's not on an official channel. That's why it's deleted video. Fuck. They'll put it back up. Maybe it's in the comments. They have comments. I gotta hunt this down.
How are you, Mr. President? Good to see you again. I thought maybe you could sit over there, and I'll sit here and we'll see.
Part 2. There it is. There's a part 3.
We'll improvise.
Wow.
No rules about this.
There's a part 3. Look at that. See, it's worth looking into this because look at all this I found. Download anyways.
The United States
wow,
led the
this
West
is deep.
in the struggle against communism and the threat it posed to our most precious values. This struggle shaped the lives of all Americans. It forced all nations to live under the specter of nuclear destruction. That confrontation is now over.
За всю российскую историю впервые верховная власть в стране передается самым демократическим.
Gotta read subtitles. I hate reading subtitles. I'll do it.
По воле народа.
Oh, Tamara's still on.
Законно и мирно.
She's so fun. She's a good friend, but
people don't know much about you. We'd like to know about your background, where you came from.
Look at Plant Style's on. What's Plant Style doing?
Hello. 1952, after the war, that your mother was a factory worker, your father had been in the war.
She knows me too. She like play with me about raw food.
Damn it! Hi. I know, where is that? I know, where's that? I already messaged him this morning. I don't know where he's at.
Он был механиком, у него было
You
среднее
told me.
техническое образование.
Watch movie for you. What's that season?
Он начинал войну
He was upset, huh?
специально.
Did he get upset? Yeah, he was upset.
Его отправили уже в действующую армию на один из самых опасных участков.
Yeah, I got banana,
Я у них был поздний ребенок.
pineapple, peaches.
This is just a friend of mine. I've known her for a long time on YouNow. This is a YouNow broadcaster.
And strawberries.
She's a vegan. She's like making smoothies too.
Я жил в очень таком свободном режиме, что
I just made pineapple orange juice mango
на
grapes.
улице, во дворе. То есть с тех пор, как я начал заниматься борьбой за еду, это стало менять жизнь в лучшую сторону.
It's like funny when you live watching people telling them, "Hey, I'm live right now. I'm watching you live. You're part of my show because I'm watching you live."
It's working? I'm trying to do it. It's not working.
Is she watching me? No, she can't broadcast. She's got someone else. She's guesting someone. Let's go back to Tamara then. I like Tamara. Tamara's really cute. Watch this. You know Tamara? Tamara's like wearing no makeup today. Look at that. I guessed it with her for like hours yesterday.
I'm about to send you my fan and go.
She's fun. She wants to learn about raw veganism and everything. And she's like all into it. She's eating like junk vegan food, but she's vegan. She's running 100% on sugar candy. She's eating this weird Laffy Taffy candy, and she's like living on it, and she's running on it. And when she needs more energy, she eats more of it. It's pretty bad news. I don't think that's called empty calories. You know, there's no vitamins and minerals in that situation. After a while, you're gonna run out, and you're gonna be like, shit, I ran out of vitamins and minerals, and I'm fucked. It sucks. Like nothing will help you then. You know, burned out adrenal glands. She's only 16 years old. She looks like she's 32, huh? That's what I thought when I first saw her. I thought she was 32. That's part 1. I see. That's the girl who made it. Download links to the series. I downloaded all 3 parts. Part 1, I'll put all the 3 parts together, right? That's what makes sense to me. Why would I want to watch it in the series? Just make it all one movie. You know what I mean? It's one video. I don't remember where I was. I don't care if it's 3 hours long. You'd be like, well, I'm up to 2 hours. You know, it just takes a while. It's crazy, a 3-hour movie. Maybe I'll put it together offline and then put it upline. Oh my gosh, people are so pissed off. See, that's why people are pissed off in the comments. I can't even read the comments because all people are just angry. Everybody's just yelling and angry at each other all day. That's all I see is comments about angry people. But Sweet Natural Living uploaded a new video. It says, my bedroom setup, optimal sleep, episode 1. What do they know about optimal sleep? Let's read. Let's watch
Alright,
this.
so today I want to show you guys my sleeping setup. Sleep is of huge importance when it comes to optimal health. We all know this. Sleep is one of those pillars that keep the house of health strong and sturdy. Along with diet, sleep plays a huge role. And, you know, for me, traveling around for the last few years, traveling a lot, it's not always been easy to get a good night's sleep because it's, you know, you have to win.
I like the Eden Brothers a lot too. Eden Brothers today video, their video in Chiang Mai today was amazing.
Too comfortable and etc. There are all these factors that needs to be stacked in your favor in order to get perfect sleep. And I want to start a video series that I'll be doing on a regular basis over the next, you know, year, where I do installments about sleep. So I'm thinking I want to share with you the different elements of good sleep and how to optimize the conditions for a good night's sleep. There are so many different factors like, you know, temperature in the room you're sleeping in, air quality, diet plays a huge role in terms of how you'll sleep. Activity plays a huge role in how you'll sleep. And then there's specific
the sleep series. I gotta beat him to it, huh? I could copy his idea and then do it like all tonight.
When you go to bed. So there are all these different factors that we can influence in our lives in order to get.
Oh, the Eden Brothers! You definitely want to follow the Eden Brothers. They're totally raw, vegan, all fruit. EDIN Brothers.
Years. Sleep is one of those things that I guess has been my weak link over the course of the last few years that I've been interested in health. And right now I'm in a position where I'm stable. I'm in one place, it's in Norway, and I have this room and I have this corner, which is my sleeping corner, where I can actually take charge of some of those conditions and optimize them depending on what I think is important. So, without further ado, I want to announce this as the first installment in the video series about sleep. And today we're just going to take a look at my sleeping quarters. And I'm going to show you the different elements of my setup. Alright, so let's get right into it. Well, first of all, there's my bed. And I don't know if you can see it, but I made this bed out of pallets. If I lift it up here, you can see it's made out of pallets, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pallets all the way down. And then underneath the pallets, some really hard cardboard, just because these little gaps between the planks on the pallet, I can sort of feel them through the mattress. So I just put a piece of cardboard there, and then on top of it, I have 2 mattresses. They're very thin. They're like this thin when I press them together. Just enough to make it soft and comfortable, but still it's firm. And that's an important, you know, factor. I mean, everyone has their preference when it comes to
the traveler!
firmness of the bed. Some people like it really soft. Some people like it really firm. But I think the science points in the direction that firmer tends to be better. And we don't want to sort of slump down when we're sleeping. So without getting into that, that's for another video. That's my bed. So pallets, cardboard, and 2 mattresses. Then, of course, I have my doona, or I don't know what they call this in English, flat blanket or whatever, and my pillow. So that's it. That's my bed. It's perfect. The width is perfect for me because I kind of like to be able to, you know, I don't want to be in like a narrow bed where I have to like turn over like that. I like to just turn over by just rolling, you know, just rolling over, and having a wide enough bed to be able to just roll from side to side makes a big difference. So I'm really happy about this bed. Really cheap, just 3 pallets put on top of each other. Then, next to my bed, I have this other pallet, which is like my little table, where I have some things. So, pretty basic things. It's just a few books, this book. And I also, at the moment, I'm reading a book about triathlon. Not that I'm really interested, actually, in doing triathlons, but I just want to hear about, you know, their perspective on training and a little bit of the philosophy. as well as interesting exercise physiology stuff. I also have here just a notepad. I like to sometimes make some notes, or just if I have some thoughts, I'll put them down when I'm in bed. And I'll get into the value of books, reading at night. I'll get into the value of that in a later video, because I find it very beneficial actually to just read for like 20 minutes before I go to bed, and I'll tell you all about it later. So that's my books. This is my next book coming up, Safe Candy, signed copy. He sent me a signed copy because I'm one of his Patreon supporters. Super cool. So I'm going to read that later this summer. Then I have a light, of course, and the color of the bulb is very important, because some types of light, some frequencies of light, rather, they actually block your production of melatonin. So you don't want that to happen. Melatonin is the sleep hormone, so it's important to have the right type of bulb. And then here I have a couple of earplugs. I am lucky that I don't have to use them nowadays. It's quiet here when I'm going to bed, and that means I don't need to use earplugs. But I have them there, just in case some neighbor has a party or something is loud, then I can always.
Well, you just go party with them.
Really quiet now.
I don't know. I get bored of this. Hey, what's up, people? I'm gonna read a chapter of this book, because I read it before, and I want to reread it again, because it's like something I don't have anymore, because I lost my old channel. And I might be kind of tired, but I think that'll help, because then I won't read it too fast, and it'll make it easier to understand for people. So that's just like, what are we doing over here? Oh yeah.
I also have this, which is actually just like a long underwear, clean, obviously.
But he's explaining us his bedroom. It's almost done too. But this is that video about that fighter. Let's fix this one video up for rendering first. Let's upload this video for the longest aged fighter. It's kind of important.
It's very well washed.
Yeah.
It's like a Furby.
It is a bit expensive, I think.
Yeah.
What's that Durian Rider video? You guys want to? Oh, who is it? Hello. They're riding their bikes, making music.
Oh, they.
And the tortoise and.
Keeping it real with the missing files. Oh, dude, I say Joey Carbstrong's Insta is where he is eating a massive fat burger. Damn, I've even isn't able to maintain Whole Foods only. What the hell? Joey Carbstrong? Why I don't support him? Cutting ties? I never watched the Joey Carbstrong video. Let's watch this. This is supposed to be.
Alright, guys. This video has been a long time coming, but I've sort of withheld making it, because obviously if you look at my channel, I focus on animal rights and veganism, and I never really made a video about Harley and his bullshit.
45 minutes?
Here it comes. Here it comes. So I'm just going to do this video straight from my heart. I've got some posts that he's written here. I've written some stuff down so I don't forget, because there's just so much. There's just so much, and like the reason I've really put this off is because to put this type of energy into another person is not where I want to focus my time. I want to make videos for animal rights, which is what veganism is about, which I'll get into.
For a long time, yeah, since like more than a year now, huh?
I'll just a disclaimer. I know a lot of you that are watching this know Harley in person, and he's a nice guy in person. He really is. Helps you with your bike. Really nice to you.
No way. I'm not happy with Harley, man. You know what? My critique is different. Harley, I go way back with Harley. This guy doesn't even know Harley. He's just making like he's probably gonna be angry about the things he did maybe to other people, but it's not his own thing, maybe. But like for me, it's different because I used to upload Harley's videos, right? Like I saw Harley And I was excited. I was like, oh, took on David Wolf. He took on Gabriel Cousins. He took on Matt Monarch. He took on all these guys, right? He was like making videos that were like standing up to these people who were otherwise claiming their thing. And then I realized, what was it that caused the difference? Oh, yeah, when he did the 3 pizzas, I was like, wait a minute, I'm not doing the 3 pizzas. We were doing the 80-10-10. I was learning more. See, I'd already learned more than him by going into what was happening. Since 2008, I've been doing this. So I've been doing research. When I started learning into the Gerson things, because the Gerson talks about these 2 herbs and why not to do these herbs and why yes to do these herbs, and only a little bit, and the importance of not eating the free acids, the alkaloids, the plant chemicals. It's a lot deeper than he already knew. See, the problem is people like Nikocado and Durian Rider and, even ex-Joe Vegan, whatever the heck, or all these people, they already know. Like, once you go raw, you know raw because your body knows it, It's like once you had a durian once, your body knows it and it wants it again because it liked it. And it's like it claimed your body with those sulfurs. It's healthy. And it's like once you do something, it's like you don't not do it again because the memory's there. You can't forget. What do you do? Become freaking, what's that called? Where you forget everything? You have to eat a lot of aluminum to forget everything. Some mercury. You'll definitely go Alzheimer's. All right. Yeah, even any just a little bit of cooked isn't even helpful, man. It doesn't even mix because it's like TNT. Okay, I downloaded this video. Let's just
Don't you worry, mate. That's not for nothing because he'll expect something from you after that.
So what am I saying about durian rider? This is like too heavy. It's just Joey Carbstrong starts really heavy. I'm trying to go back more in a calm way of like what Joey used to do. I mean, Durian Rider used to, be for people, which was a purposeful trolling on other people to stand up and say, no, he's still doing that. He hasn't changed. Durian Rider is still the Durian Rider we know. There's no difference in Durian Rider. Maybe he experimented with steroids. But the problem I have with Durian Rider, he is that same Durian Rider, and he just stands up and says whatever he wants to say. And so it just gets him in trouble, we can all get in that situation, I guess. But he'll do it in a way that's not cool because he's not going to do the research. He's like, I told him, when I could speak to Durian Rider, I told him not doing accusations, exaggeration, and name calling would really help you. But he couldn't do that because it's too much to think of. Oh, how could I use a connecting request of needs and feelings and, doable and accepting no's and yeses? It's more like, you've seen people even reject me totally. I make these nonviolent communication pieces every week. Have you read the weekly nonviolent communication? Like, check this out. Let's skip Joey Cardstrong for right now. We'll leave him on pause. We'll go to I got this piece. I didn't even read it. Like, let's do it now. Like, I can cut this out later, right? I can cut out this piece. We'll make the video. We got 8 people in here even too. This is great. This is like I'm up to nearly half my record. I go to my page. Let's go to photos. It's this week's one. What was it about? It was about understanding the connections with people. Photos. And it's gonna be an album. During jackfruit. Timeline photos. Don't you love it? The people who use the internet and just post spam every day, and they got their own content so unique. Look at my friend Mickey Jones. He's over here. He's already got the content going hard, man. He's already boom, boom, boom. He's pumping it out. By that time everybody else has woken up and looked on the internet, he's already got 20 things out. But here it is. We posted about the healthy lifestyle, about the germ theory denied, about naturopathy. But where was it? It was a quote. By what person? Oh my gosh, this ISIS stuff is so funny. This guy. It's just my Facebook. It's like the album, the Page album. Who was it? It was this lady, maybe. Maybe it was her. Yeah, this is it. This is the NVC Weekly. I just write these up every week. So this one here is about making requests to enrich our lives. The healthy and strong individual is the one who asks for help when he needs it, whether he's got an absence on his knee or in his soul. Ronna Barrett. It's this lady, right? That's her picture. But that's just a quote. But this is the thing. Making requests to enrich our lives. Contrary to popular belief, when making a request, you do not diminish relationships, you enhance them. It seems laborious, frustrating, and futile to search for a person who will automatically know what we want without getting told. However, simply asking for what we want can provide instant relief. For instance, if wanting more intimacy in our relationships, what specifically could other people do to help us meet that need? We could say, I've felt a little lonely lately. Could I and would and I would like more intimacy in our relationship. Would you be willingly plan time this week when we can spend an entire evening alone together without the TV or smartphones? Or maybe you want sex. I've felt lonely. I miss our lovemaking. How would you feel about taking a couple of hours tonight and creating one of our famous long lovemaking sessions? If he says no to either of these requests, consider brainstorming a different strategy that would meet both of your needs. It doesn't exist as a sign of weakness to clarify what we would like. It helps us commit to living a life full of joyful life. Seek aware of opportunities to clarify our requests to our partners and other people in our lives today. That's killing it. Okay. 44 requests since I turned this crap off last time. Oh my gosh, you disappear and then everybody starts freaking making all kinds of stuff happen. Someone replied to a comment on my comment. Someone followed me. Oh my gosh, I got more followers. It's better to have followers than friends, man, because these people have no common friends with you, and you're like, well, hey, look at Ronnie Smith. Remember how Ronnie Smith made the dark dry fasting video about dangers of dry fasting? I haven't even watched it all, but I made a reply to his in the video about Russians, and he said, what about the Russians? And I took a picture of the dry fasting book that I want to read here. He says, show this to the guy who died from dry fasting. Exactly. He might not have died from dry fasting. I think he died from malaria or the effects of a mosquito or something like that. Yeah. I wonder what great new things are opening to you, though. Maybe those things were leaving so you can grow. That's like some people saying stuff like that. It's like, okay, oh boy, she says. Oh, she said, oh boy, to the comment. I said, I do have appreciation there lots, but the persons I shared power with has turned on me, banned, blocked, and abused their power, waiting to do for a while, it seems, and the others with the power shared, I named their names, seem to immobilize, to act, stand up, or protect space, even if it helps this person. I don't know, but I can keep asking. It's like, I get it. He wants to save face, and he has a simple issue to get out of, well, a few, and lots of opportunities. This guy, who he has all his property, offers him $10,000 stake in a tropical paradise investment project. And she says, oh boy. Yeah, that's quite the answer. You can't really reply to that. I type all this information, and people are like, wow, it is a bigger story than I thought. There's always a story behind stuff. Yeah. Like, whoa, Father's Day. How do you guys know my friend Father's Day? This guy, his name is Ryan Avery, and Andrew Jemsek. And they have a band called Father's Day. They're like a punk rock death metal 2-person band, and these are all my friends. We like to have fun, like dancing like this. This is coming up on Father's Day. We're having another show coming up this Sunday. We're having a show on Sunday. I gotta turn it down. It's like too loud. It's too loud. Father's Day is like fucking noise pollution. We're so fun. We're just ridiculous. We're like an arts community, so like everything goes in Phoenix. Like we got everything, all night parties and whatever you can imagine you can make happen, you know? Phoenix is opportunity, some risk, fun. Yeah, it's just beginning, watch. It's gonna be fun. I could go back to where I was. It looks like Alina. It looks like a male version of Alina.
But they're all ones I hope you know. Woman, we're not doing that one. Yeah, okay, you can leave. I don't care. This hug feels really good. I don't mean to sound gay. I'm really enjoying it. Anyone can enjoy a good hug, not just ladies and queers. You ready? Okay, now I need you to get off.
There's a lot of old videos. I had some cool videos like this. Oh, this is where I was left off. Hell yeah, this is good. I'm still watching my show. USA, suck my cock, USSR! Suck my cock, USSR! My cock! Suck my cock! Father's Day is so fun, you know? Totally fucking brutal, right? It's like USA, fuck yeah, USSR, suck my cock. United States of Arizona. All child drownings are because of illegal immigrants. What? Ooh, it's true. Number two. All traffic violations. Because of illegal immigrants. Oh, Sheriff Joe! Woo! Praise the name of Sheriff Joe! Praise the name of Sheriff Joe! Woo! No user found. Who's Marissa? I got date pets.
Really ugly ass. I said, oh, God! Father's Day is sick. Father's Day.
Let's see if we go back in their song on my page. Let's see. Put out something crazy. I put the sun cancer thing. That was so cool, man. The pink slime video needs more editing. Oh my gosh, my YouNow moments got 35 views. I got 35 views on my crazy video. I was going around crazy. The Max Kaiser videos only got 4 views. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The North Korea videos got 2 views. I got 2 views on my North Korea video. I got a cool video on North Korea. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm making a new video over here. Not this video. That video's done. It's this video. What the hell is this video? I don't remember. It's some kind of propaganda. Some kind of propaganda I thought would be popular. What's that last shit I downloaded too? So I gotta stay on top of it. There it is. The Putin interviews. All 3 of them. I got the Putin tapes. Nobody's got the Putin tapes. Damn. I gotta put the Putin tapes together, man, with the interviews. This Joey Carbstrong shit. We can just play this Joey Carbstrong shit in the background. He's just gonna be like ranting, right? Half an hour.
Ulterior motive. I've all of a sudden been this loyal mate to you, right? Helped you through all your dramas, made videos supporting you guys, you know, trying to get you and Freddie back together, supported you when everyone hated you, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
pissed.
you know, I've got a motive to like you. Bro, bullshit. Bullshit. If any of you guys believe his crap, like, you know, I'm not gonna give you help for it.
Male or female.
I want to see the good in him too.
Americans
I really
love to bash
but, you
the
know,
news media.
Not for long, mate.
Once
You'll see
among the
what I'm saying.
nation's most
What
trusted
drives this sort of behaviour?
institutions,
I think it's
news media have
incredibly
fallen
insecure.
from grace.
He needs to finally move out of home and become his own man.
Well, he's talking about, he's at home? Is Jeremiah still at home? Like,
According to Gallup, even as recently as 2000, a majority of Americans trusted the press. By 2015, it had fallen to 40%, and lower than that, 36% among those 18 to 49. It's hard to see how this decline will be reversed.
Oh shit, there's fucking logo bullshit. See what I mean? That's what you gotta watch out for in this kind of shit.
To 49.
Split.
It's hard to see how this decline will be reversed. The industry has become politically polarized, and in the highly competitive age of multiple 24-hour cable news channels and the internet, it's under severe financial pressure. And this compounds an even deeper problem: failing journalistic standards. In the 1950s,
Split, click, zoom, pan. Wow. Dang, I'm cutting her out. Huh? She's being small. That's alright, I guess. Judith?
in the 1950s, the media universe consisted mainly of a few national television broadcast networks and local TV and radio stations, most of which got much of their news from major wire services in the nation's large newspapers. Most journalists were committed to producing objective journalism, fact-based stories independent of the government and of political parties. A reporter's job was to report, not offer opinion or advocate. Presented with the facts, it was up to readers to make their own judgments about news events. Opinions were supposed to be confined to editorial and op-ed pages. That world no longer exists. This lack of objectivity and the decline of standards is one reason, though not the only one, why newspapers and news magazines are a declining industry. According to Pew Research,
Cut out, trim, frame. That. Keeping your head space.
Pew Research Print revenue from newspaper sales has declined from $47 billion in 2006 to $16 billion in 2014. Digital sales haven't come close to making up the difference. Most papers have been forced to cut operating expenses, slash staff, and close bureaus, overseas in particular. Ironically, there are more stories than ever and fewer staff than ever to cover them. This lack of information from professional journalists has been filled by a new source: social media and the blogosphere. When the Iraq War, which I covered for the New York Times, began in 2003,
She's part of the problem.
there were roughly 100,000 bloggers.
She's all 2003 when I started the Iraq War. What? Who's this lady, man? She's part of the problem. Her role, that's for sure.
There were roughly 100,000 bloggers. Only a few years later, there were an estimated 27 million. The internet as a news source has obvious pluses and minuses. On the plus side is that information is spread widely and instantly. The minuses have to do with the fact that the quality of reporting varies dramatically. It's not easy to separate the wheat from the chaff. Furthermore, many sites, including mainstream sites, have abandoned traditional journalistic practices and standards in search of more and more eyeballs. Objectivity, once the gold standard of reporting, is now often seen as old-fashioned, a ratings loser. When success is measured mainly in terms of clicks, the outrageous beats the sober just about every time. Inserting opinion, even in the middle of a news story, is a way in which journalists can distinguish themselves. And in mainstream media outlets, those opinions overwhelmingly tend to be liberal. This might not be so bad if journalists acknowledge their bias, but they almost never do. Yet, bias is obvious. According to a 2014 study by two Indiana reporters who identify as Democrats outnumber those who identify as Republicans by 4-1, 28% to 7%. The remaining 65% call themselves independent, but based on my long experience as a reporter, this is a fiction. That is, many reporters like to describe themselves as independent, but they're not. Not really. By any fair measure, this group is overwhelmingly on the political left. The obvious liberal bias has only served to push conservative readers to those sources that cater to conservative themes, further polarizing the media landscape. And unable to attract conservatives, the mainstream media have chosen to double down on views and themes that appeal to their liberal constituency. To give just one example, when Fox News broke a story in January 2016 about the discovery of top-secret intelligence on the private email server that Hillary Clinton used while Secretary of State, classified information which she had denied ever having sent or received, the New York Times buried this news story deep inside the paper. A decline in reporting standards, a decline in revenue, an increase in bias have made many wary of the people who provide them with their news. A certain amount of skepticism is a healthy thing, but a thriving democracy depends on a dynamic and free press. As much as people may like to bash the media, most people would far prefer to trust it. I'm Judith. Trust it.
Produce and share. What was that? What the heck is this video called? Media bias. In internet age with shrinking free press. Something like that. We uploaded this video from Joe. What's his name again? The Crow Warriors? Crow Warrior Joe? Figure this out. We gotta make a screenshot too. Oh, we lost everybody. Yeah, we're out of here, man. We'll be back. We gotta do more news later. People might ask questions like this. That's hardcore, man. If you're the same person who's been here the whole time, that's Beachy who's here now. Happy to see you, Beachy. Thanks for coming by. I read the news. You can watch the replay on my YouTube channel. I always make my replays public and everything. If you care. But the news was ugly today. And the vegan stuff was ugly today too with me. I had to fight for this people. Like, this guy was a co-admin of, like, when you're in a group, there's several admins. And one of the admins took control and deleted me as the admin. What? Who does that, you know? And I've been like admins just as long or longer than him. And it's like, what? All over some disagreement about how to deal with people who block admins. I said, if you block an admin, I'll delete you from the group. You can try to rejoin the group, but it'd be important to somehow communicate to these people to say the admins would appreciate if you wouldn't block them. So, you're suspicious when you join a group. What are you gonna do? Post things and you try not to get seen, because you're trying to post stuff that's not supposed to be posted in the group. Come on. Some kind of discussion to be had there. I was just removing them. But, ooh, I put what the health on the internet. The movie came out already. It's called Big Pharma Bribes Politicians. Really? That's strange. Big Pharma bribes politicians, and it's on the internet already. It's a copyrighted content for that movie with the Joe Warrior guy. This is my cover song. What is the song? I need to enhance it. I don't know. Somehow it heard that song. It's like all dramatic, but it's too dramatic. America's Greatest War Chief. That's what it's called. Not oldest. So trim. Let's like trim out a second here, a second there. That's how we do it. Trim out a second. Trim out another second. Or Joe Medicine Crow High Grass. Enlisted as a scout and sent to Normandy. America's greatest war chief. America's greatest war chief. We'll auto fix it. Do a little contrast. I don't know if there's any saturation to have, but yeah, sure there is. Auto fix makes it nice. Yeah. Save. Really? Gee. It's in the save mode, huh? Yeah, edit the name. America's greatest war chief. Joe. Joe Medicine Crew. Says public already, huh? Play long line of pro warriors. Whoa, it's that one guy. What happened? What happened? She took off. She left us. Tamara left. What happened to Tamara? Gotta find some morning people. We don't know no morning people. We'll meet somebody new. Who's this? Okay, she's a broadcaster.
So the setting is like different, I guess. I'm in front of my window now. I'm not over there. That's where I used to broadcast. You're amazing. You guys are amazing, honestly. I'm so lucky to have like a platform on here, you know. Thank you, Ahmad, for inviting your fans. How come I have not have you fanned yet? I just fanned you, by the way. I don't know why you weren't fanned before. It's weird. But
She's got problems with animal eating. She's probably like, looks like she's eating a lot of high fats and animals. And I gotta run away before I get in a fight. Who's this
nice
other
t-shirt.
person?
Thank you. I love my t-shirt. I want to get, okay, they have like, apparently they have
like yoga pants and shit, like straight sports. Bro,
Oh gosh. What the hell? They're falling out.
can't twerk, so that does more. If you can't, I mean, you know, so bad. They bad.
Hey, Ulstra.
Every time I get on here, it's people talking about stupid shit, and you know.
This is people in the south now in the morning. This is people down in the south. What's going on?
Smoke, is he even home? I thought he had to go to
his truck's there.
His truck's there. He had to go home, y'all. A 9. They got a 9. Get his 9. Go get his 9.
Is he your boyfriend? No, he's not my boyfriend.
Go get
he's
your
my boyfriend's brother's friend.
She's like, I'm gonna go get my 9 and my shotgun.
What's that?
This is weird. I never see the South people because they're never awake like when I'm awake. You know what I mean? I'm sleeping when they're doing anything. People in the South, when they wake up, and they already gone to bed by the time I'm even awake. Man, they done down in the South. They be going crazy. South is a whole lot.
Hudson, dear, come with me. I can't get to the camera. It won't let me. I'm sorry.
Wow, it's like a foreign language.
I'll try that. It ain't working. It ain't working. I'm sorry. Whoops. Ha ha. No, Buster's. You guys, because of the where I said I got into the because of where I was on a I was watching Catfish one day, and every time I watch Catfish, I could feel he's stealing my pictures, making a fake But I'm not really that pretty to do that. Don't know why I worry about it. Come with we don't discuss this. It's a no-go. No bueno. Alright, anyways, back to my story. I don't know where I'm at. Where was I?
How you watch Catfish and you have to tell people so what is you're not just you're not pretty enough for that.
Oh wow, you have to pay attention to shit. Holy shit, he pays attention to shit. Yeah, I'm not that pretty enough for it. But anyways, I ended up searching my pictures on Google anyways. And it comes back to a little review page, and apparently I'm on a review page for cam girls, and I'm one of the top ones. But it's weird because I don't show nothing to nobody on the internet. So I don't know how I'm rated top in cam girls. One of them kind of weirds me out. And it looks like it's a website that's not even that popular. So I wish it was a little bit more popular, you know? I mean, if I'm going to be one of the top ones, at least put it on a popular website. Not one of the ones I've never heard of. I don't know. You might have a second life, even you don't know about. Dude, it's possible. I got the best of both.
I gotta refresh. Man. The Southern's wild, huh?
Website. I don't know. I do not know what the website is. I don't remember. It's some unpopular website. No. You won't find anything of me naked. I'm sorry. There's nothing of me naked on the internet. Don't worry. You won't see a damn thing. That's why I'm confused. I don't know why I'm on it. With your videos. You ever try Southwest Hollywood? What is that? What the fuck is that?
What?
What is Southwest Hollywood?
An accent.
What the fuck is that? An accent. I do not have an accent. You have an accent.
You do.
No, I don't.
Never mind. Everybody here has one. I'm starting to get a little time one now.
No, you ain't. When you came back and I heard your voice, and I was like, holy shit. Wow. I've been going that long, and you have an accent to me now. A fucking Yankee accent. Because I'm so used to hearing Southern people talk. Now, because I've been here for a year. Haley's lost her accent in Ohio. We all know she did. She got one.
Oh, no, she's got
next year. She's just holding on to it. I don't even say Southern terms because I'm not really a Southern. I wasn't born here. Yankee, North, East is different. Only sound. Nothing showing. Ever hurt them Scottish people? Ever hurt them? He says yes. I'm not Scottish.
I've heard a Scottish accent.
I've heard a Scottish accent. Yeah, I've heard them. But now I don't know. I feel like I'm a butcher it. I can't. Don't let me do it. I'll butcher it and I'll offend somebody. Wow, it's so hard to understand. Hard to understand me or a Scottish accent. We can bring up one on YouTube. No, stop. Oh, okay, bud. You gotta stop smoking. I'm gonna smoke all your city. Cool. Or some New Zealand is fun. I really like New Zealand. Do you, bud? I've never been there. New Zealand. Never been, man. If you guys press the donate button up there on the thing, and maybe one day I can visit New Zealand.
Donate. You gotta earn the partner first. Tip partner.
I can't.
But you could
No, he won't. I even tried to talk to him and let me sell my underwear online. There's people with fetishes. You know, people got them fetishes, them underwear fetishes. I was like, man, I could sell a dirty pair of my underwear for $100. Someone will buy it. And I was like, you imagine that? I can buy a pack of 8 for $6 and make $100. That's a hell of a profit, man. Hell of a profit. All I gotta do is wear them. Well, I did it here. Because he thinks it's skanky. I'm not allowed to do it. the enterprising, that's enterprising the American way, isn't it? So now I gotta have a normal job. Unless you people pay me. Doesn't pay me? Nah, I'm just fucking with it.
My dad asked me, like, you don't got to answer what you do. I'm like, porn.
What do you say?
He didn't say nothing. He's like,
Do it. Dankey's a porn star back here, guys. Check him out on, what's a good website? Vero Public Schools. In banned public schools. We just legalized prostitution in Arizona and banned public schools. Arizona got the we got permission. No, is prostitution really legal there? It's not. There's no way. No, not in one state.
what's that?
There's one state where it's legal. It's been legal since that state founded this way, because when it was discovered, women was ones that made money. So they was all prostitutes. Yeah, there's one state that I know of that is actually Nevada. We are doing. They got. No victims, no crime, Nevada. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't become a prostitute. I couldn't. No offense to your older men out there. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I can do nothing with, something that's like gay, big, and wrinkly, and old, and sagging. I can't. I just can't get in the mood for that. I'd have to fake it the entire time. I'd have to turn the lights out, and then that'd make you feel bad. And my customer service ratings would go down because I'm not faking it good enough. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. I have some bad customer service. The prostitution. Well, what else would you call it? What else would you call it? As long as you pet them, frozen broadcast. I'm sorry. I don't even know.
Probably the most interesting thing happening, though.
Oh well. It's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, she's got stuff going on. So she's like, I'm lit.
Twitter is what I came on my phone to see.
So why am I not number one?
Yes, that is a lovely share photo, Dan. My face is just awesome. You want to see what my dear sister captured of me last night? Is this just the... Like, what is this, honestly? Like, my tongue is out of my mouth. Like, this is, like, horrifying. Honestly. Try it again. That's that one thing. I know, like, she probably sat there and waited for the perfect time to capture the, like, worst looking share photo she could find. I know.
Little crunchies on? How come I'm not a fan of little crunchy?
Cheetah, I think he's so entertaining or whatever. Like, okay, first of all, these are great compliments. And she just said, okay, but talk about a relationship. I may be directly quoting this. She goes, thank you for the 100 likes, 1,000 watts here. Thank you so much for the 10 likes over and over again. She goes, I live for him, but talk about a relationship changing someone. I hope it's fake, but yeah, he's really cool or whatever. And then people like run over to his stream and are like, she's slandering you or she's talking shit about you, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I think that he really knows that people like to stir shit up because he literally didn't even flinch. Like, he just was like...
He's on right now?
Shoshana, I noticed that. I know you gotta get a profile picture. I noticed that you're on You're on Twitter now, which is good. You guys should definitely follow me on Twitter if you're not. What's today's topic? Well, we're going to get right into it. Alicia, thank you so much for the applause. So this will just
We're
be
gonna get
kind of
right
our
into it.
normal,
What kind of
regular,
drama are they gonna do now? Oh, look at people are talking to me.
Newscast, I guess we'll say. Getting started with some coffee. What do you guys? Is anybody drinking some coffee? What time is it where you guys are at? What's going on, Denver? Let's get right into it since Fairy Dust Bunnies. What's up, single mom? About to head to Starbucks. All right, that's what's up. Iced coffee. Okay. Just finished my iced coffee. Okay. All right. Helena, thank you so much for the 50 likes. So, let's see. Hey, single mom. I'm eating apple crumble with coconut ice cream. That sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound pretty good. All right. So let's kind of just get into this. Let's see. There's an article here about the vegan dog. Let's check this out. This looks interesting. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. I loved your video on Harley. Thank you, Roar. Some people did, some people didn't. But, you know, I felt some things needed to be said that haven't been said yet. It's just too easy now to go after Harley, you know? It's like everybody's doing it. Okay, so let's check this out. The vegan dog. This is a recent article, actually from a couple of days ago. Carrie Shaw, a vegan who put her dog, Portland, on a vegan diet in San Diego, May 18, 2017. Vegetarians are divided over whether plants and supplements make for an adequate meat substitute for dogs. This should be interesting. Let's take a look at this. I was first on that video again. I saw that. I did see that. I was liking up all the first comments. I was. Fairy Dust Bunnies, thank you so much for the invite. I didn't like it, but you got to speak your opinion, which I can respect. And I saw that nearly a week, which is fine, you know. And you can disagree with me respectfully as well. A lot of people disagree with me very not respectfully. So, yeah. Alexia, thank you so much for becoming a fan. Is it Alexia? I think it's Alexia. Thank you for becoming a fan. What's up, Grappos? Loved your video on Freely. Denver, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about that video. I'd like to see if we could get it, you know, if it could get some more views. And then I'm gonna make another video about Fully Raw Christina and Mod versus Mod Vegan.
Fully Raw Christina is sad.
Hannah's dogs are vegan.
That's not cool. Don't pick on Fully Raw Christina.
So Carrie Shaw is one of many dog owners aligning their pet.
Dude, this isn't the greatest news, dude. I watched Fully Raw Christina today, and she's like sad because she had her co-op for 11 years, and she got outcompeted by bigger industries and shit like that, dude. That was like real shit. But the thing is about that, I felt sad because there was I started a comment on my YouTube about that, and people were saying, yeah, there's a lot we don't know. Of course, we don't know like who's a volunteer, how much waste there was it really successful? 11 years, how much of her parents were involved, you know, the media company that helps her make her thing, and now she's in Bali just having her own like vacation to like make a new start. That's interesting, huh? Who knows? If you're like an heiress like that, your whole life there's no point in doing anything. Like I think they're just like kind of to give you something to do, to have purpose in your life, because there is no real reason to have any real purpose because you're independently wealthy and like your existence is just gonna happen for free. Like there's no you know. You're not like someone has to earn your keep every week just to stay alive with food like most people.
Both environmental and health reasons, noting that byproducts from mistreated or diseased livestock sometimes make it into the foods that the animal agriculture is the leading source of greenhouse gases, requiring copious amounts of water. Unlike cats, which are obligate carnivores, cats need nutrients found in meat to survive. Dogs can draw the nutrients they need from animal or plant sources, according to this article.
You know that already.
I'm not saying it's entirely true. I'm just kind of reading this for you. Went away on a natural balance. Vegan dog food. Vegan Zombies dog is on a V-Dog and seems healthy as hell. I don't feed my dogs vegan, but they love to eat the grass in our yards. Actually, we had cats that used to eat grass. I remember,
it's about to rain, they do that.
I think it was our cat, Eddie Boom. We used to call him Eddie Boom. He would eat grass. And guys, we're almost...
Yeah, so let's go back to Little Crunchy. Little Crunchy's really trying to compete. She's got 2 red crowns, too.
I have. It's just how it is. I mean, when you tell Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck that they need to stop talking the way they do, they can't help it.
No, but I don't watch them, you know, because of their voices.
Ooh, that's ableism. Because of their voices, she's discriminating against them?
I did. I ran in the other room. I hid and I
Wow,
hid
that's ableism. That's definitely ableism.
Serious situation.
It was super serious. So, Rossi, let's talk about some of the holes in your face. Can you open your mouth?
Well, I can, but there's no reason to it. I can project what I'm thinking telepathically.
So this is all. So we're all getting this information through our minds. You're not actually talking to us. You're projecting these shrill thoughts and voices.
No, not exactly.
What the heck?
What's going on is I'm making the air vibrate around me, and you interpret it as sound.
Wow, that is crazy. So where are you broadcasting from, my friend?
From my planet, the planet Sox. It's in the Zeta Reticuli star system. If you read about Zeta Reticuli, they know all the grays. You know, they call us the grays. I don't know why. I'm not gray. But they know the grays. It's 40 light years away.
All right. Okay, so I do want to make one request.
Yeah.
You did the whole peace love thing to single mom. What was that? I'm curious.
Well, it basically says, you know, goodbye until the next time, you know, best wishes, it's good vibrations for you and everybody on the planet.
Okay, before we do the peace love thing, I want to ask, do you guys have any weapons on your planet?
Well, you see, we have extraordinary powers. We can levitate people.
What was that?
We can suspend them and have suspended animation where they can't move, you know. So we don't need all that stuff.
Right on. Fruit and Ken wants to know if you have wars then. Do you have like levitation wars?
Total peace on our planet. That's why we're trying to make contact with all of you so we can teach you the correct way to live.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do the peace love thing because I'm kind of starting to get a migraine.
Oh, I know. Okay, well maybe next time you can work up to where I can sing a song.
Yeah. Let's take this slow. I like to take things slow. So let's start here and we'll see where we go.
First fan you, and you can fan me back.
I saw a lot of people fan you from my
everybody. This is the Rossi sign off. You raise your hand, you put it in front of your eye, go back and forth. Oh, you got it. Perfect.
Everybody do this with us.
You gotta say while you're doing this, peace, love,
peace, love, peace, love,
peace, love, peace, love. Okay, now you all work on this crunchy, and you try to get her so she can have a long, long conversation with Rosie in the future.
All right. Bye. All right, you guys. That wasn't so bad, was it? I had to do it. I think everyone has to do it at least once, and then, you know. Yeah, Shannon, you've never seen that before. I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't seen him do it with single mom.
What the heck?
She loved him so much. She was laughing so hard. She was crying. So I honestly recommend you go to Single Mom's website, or not website, her page, and check out her moment. Because there is a moment of hers. Thank you so much. There's a moment of hers where he's doing the peace love thing. Thanks for the applause, and thanks for all the likes, you guys. Let's keep liking it up. there's a moment of hers where he's doing a peace love thing with her, and she is like, there are tears in her eyes from her laughing
Okay,
so
whatever.
hard. Like,
I'm gonna go pass out.
you have to.
I'm killing the broadcast. Are you sure? Yes.